I am Rose Lee. I'm the principal investigator of the A2 Coordinating Center. The A2 Collective is comprised of 3 collaboratories: the Johns Hopkins AITC, Massachusetts AITC, and PennAITC, and the Coordinating Center. So the collective is all of those components. Each of the AITCs and the Coordinating Center are committed to working collaboratively with researchers across private industry, venture capital firms, the healthcare sector, government agencies, and the NIA Office of Small Business Research to provide technical support for scaling up pilot studies. Each of the 3 AITCs has prepared a brief introduction to their collaboratory offerings.
I'm Jeremy Walston, one of the co-PIs of the Johns Hopkins Artificial Intelligence and Technology Collaboratory for Aging Research. Welcome to our webinar today. We're here to tell you briefly about our AITC and the amazing resources that we can offer up to the research community. First, I'll show you a slide that covers our philosophy and really what we're trying to accomplish in our AITC. On the left, you see a figure of older adults and several of the domains that we know are important in clinical care in older adults: aging and medical related conditions, social and behavioral domains, and cognitive domains. And you see a number of medical and social issues that accompany aging. And in geriatric medicine and in healthcare in general, we've been working hard to try to solve some of these issues. On the right-hand side, you see artificial intelligence and the potential programs that we have at Johns Hopkins that could be utilized in helping to solve problems of older adults. And here you just see several of the terms: natural language processing, expert systems, vision systems, speech, etc. And several of the ways that these engineered approaches can be utilized to help solve older adults. Traditionally, there have been many barriers to connecting these worlds, just because of unrealistic expectations and no real connections between clinicians and engineers. But through our AITC, we're hoping to be able to connect these worlds and rapidly expand the technologies that can be used to help older adults. We have a great transdisciplinary ecosystem developed here. In the center, you see the big orange circle, our Hopkins AITC. And around the circle, you see domains of first clinical resources that we bring to the table. You see a number of programs here that we'll talk about more in the breakout session that can be accessed and help facilitate the development of pilot programs. On the left, you see green circles, many of the amazing research programs in engineering that have been focused on some health-related issues, not specifically related to aging, but certainly able to turn their attention towards some of the important issues that face older adults. And finally, at the bottom, the orange circles, we have a vast infrastructure of a business school and a Johns Hopkins Technology Ventures that can help with business development, IP development, and taking successful technologies and uses of AI out into the business world and business development world. So for more rapid integration into the healthcare world. So for our pilot programs, we have 2 offerings. One of them is around Alzheimer's disease and related dementias. And in the circle in the center, you see the domains that we are interested in working towards: patient care and engagement, diagnostics and assessment, system management and administration, and caregiver workforce. Caregivers and workforce. And so again, we're trying to solve problems in all of these domains using engineered approaches that you see in the center here: robotics, machine learning, big data analytics, etc. And around this circle are potential examples of problems that we could be targeting in our AITC, and that pilot projects, we hope that pilot projects will work to address. We'll talk more about this in the breakout session later, and we'll be open for questions about each of these domains and areas. A second pilot program that we have is related to the maintenance of independence in older adults. It's different than the cognition and AD focused first pilot. These are often issues more related to functional decline or social engagement, other issues that aren't exactly in the cognitive domain. But again, you see the same issues or domains of interest for our program: diagnostics and assessment, system management and administration, caregiver and workforce, and patient care and engagement. And again, we will address these in more specificity during the breakout session of the webinar in a couple minutes. Finally, I wanted to highlight the world-class research resources that we at Hopkins can bring to the table through various partnerships. And again, we'll discuss this in the webinar. We have a registry of hundreds of older adults through our Older Americans Independence Center. These adults are willing to participate in studies, and engineering studies certainly could be part of that. We have numerous clinical care programs for older adults, and especially for AD and AD-related conditions. We have a broad network of access to older adults in urban and rural communities, as well as access to stakeholders to get opinions from them about various technologies. We have electronic medical record support for multiple conditions that impact older adults. In the engineering world, we have this vast collaborative or partnership opportunities in programs for robotics, computer vision, machine learning, speech and language processing, and AI applied to healthcare and imaging sciences. So those are just a few examples. We also have an amazing precision medicine analytics platform that's been developed over the years here at Hopkins that is accessible through collaboration and partnership. And finally, I mentioned the business development and VC networking opportunities that we have here at Johns Hopkins that can help take ideas more quickly into the business community and into integration into society through products. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Deepak Ganesan. I'm a professor of computer science at UMass Amherst. I'm one of the co-directors of the Massachusetts AI and Technology Center for Connected Care in Aging and Alzheimer's Disease. The other co-director is Nitish Chowdhury, who's a professor of medicine at Harvard Medical School and a physician at Brigham and Women's Hospital. The MassAITC is a consortium of 5 sites: UMass Amherst, Brigham and Women's Hospital, Mass General Hospital, Brandeis University, and Northeastern University. And across these sites, we bring together pre-existing research centers that are highly complementary and are very relevant to the overarching theme of this of the MassAITC. At UMass Amherst, we have the Institute of Applied Life Sciences, which has a large number of core facilities to develop AI-enhanced technologies, to validate them, to construct the analytic solutions for them. At Brigham and Women's Hospital and at Brandeis, we have 2 Roybal centers in the area of aging. Brigham has the Roybal Center for Therapeutic Optimization using behavioral science, and Brandeis has the Roybal Center for Active Lifestyle Interventions. In Mass General Hospital, we have the Alzheimer's Research Center, which has a standing cohort that they've been following for many years and decades. At Northeastern, we have a technology-focused Center for Technology in support of self-management and health. So by bringing together all of these existing research centers under a single umbrella, our hope is to really support and accelerate the research being done in the pilot projects under the MassAITC. And we provide a combination of unique state-of-the-art research facilities for developing and validating technologies, as well as access to patient cohorts, both in urban areas and in rural areas. Our focus is on technologies that would work in a remote setting, meaning at home. So we are looking at wearable technologies, contactless sensing technologies, mobile phone-based solutions, things that would really work in a remote context to enhance, our support, to effectively support healthy aging and the care of patients with AD and ADRD at home. We're looking at analysis or analytics on these kinds of longitudinal data collected from these kinds of sensor devices, or smart home types of sensors at home, combining all of these analytics to provide solutions that will work both from a care perspective for patients, from a clinician-focused perspective, as well as for caregivers, and to connect these individuals, although they might be operating in a remote context. As I said before, we have a lot of facilities and strengths and resources to offer across our center. So, all the way from development of technologies to benchtop validation of technologies, in the lab studies, whether it's in a gait lab or sleep lab, smart home-based naturalistic studies. So we have smart homes at several sites, which are highly instrumented if you want to have realistic yet highly instrumented settings within which to obtain data sets or to validate your technology solutions. We have several cohorts and the ability to scale these studies using software infrastructure that we have developed in order to be able to roll these studies in a remote context, and many other types of resources. So, and we have an excellent team with expertise in all of the diverse areas that are relevant to, AI-enhanced technologies for remote monitoring at home, as well as the aging and the AD side. So we have expertise in wearable sensing and wearable devices, mobile technologies, analytic solutions and machine learning, specifically for analyzing longitudinal sensor data from these kinds of devices, usability issues, aging, Alzheimer's care, sleep, and so on. So if you're interested in this area and in our center, we encourage you to reach out to us. Please do send us a short description of what you're thinking about, and we'd be happy to connect with you, fill any gaps in expertise or resources that you might need, and help you enhance and improve your pilot proposal. The email address is pilot-info@massaitc.org. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Welcome to the Artificial Intelligence and Technology Collaboratory for Healthy Aging at the University of Pennsylvania, an initiative funded by the National Institute on Aging. My name is George Demiris. I'm a faculty member in the School of Nursing and Perelman School of Medicine at the University of Pennsylvania, and one of the principal investigators of our collaboratory. The overarching goal of the Penn Artificial Intelligence and Technology Collaboratory for Healthy Aging is to identify, develop, evaluate, commercialize, and disseminate innovative technology and artificial intelligence methods and software to support older adults and those with Alzheimer's disease and related dementias in their home environment. The collaboratory is motivated by the need for a comprehensive pipeline from technology-based monitoring of older adults in the home, collection and processing monitoring data, integration of those data with clinical data from electronic health records, analysis with cutting-edge AI methods and software, and deployment of validated AI models at point of care for decision support. A central focus of the PennAITech Collaboratory is to advance this vision through the solicitation, review, and funding of pilot grants focused on technology and AI development to advance the science of care management and aging in place for vulnerable older adults or those with Alzheimer's disease receiving skilled home and community-based services. Funded pilot projects will be supported through cores focused on administration, stakeholder engagement, technology identification and training, clinical translation, validation, networking, and ethical and policy issues. Our pilot grants will be actively partnering with PennAITech, and that means they'll be able to access many of our resources, including an extended network of clinical sites that includes large home health and community health sites and health systems, our existing and available artificial intelligence software and infrastructure, and our expertise in geriatrics, informatics, and artificial intelligence. Funded pilot projects will receive ongoing feedback, mentoring, and guidance from our 8 cores. We welcome academic, industry, and clinical sites to apply. For more information, please visit our website. Thank you.